That's right back, Charlie.
You always use that active red light defending. I think it's like
Am I live? Of course I'm live. People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Big up to everyone who's across Twitch and YouTube, especially Twitch, because this is our second stream of the day. Our third will be live from 7:30, exclusive to Twitch. I'm doing Aston Villa versus Liverpool watch along. Please make sure you're all there for that one, folks. People, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Big up the YouTube ones. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. Every like button helps with the engagements. Yesterday was one of my most viewed streams for the week, and again, it's all through the help of you lot. Most importantly, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night in some cases. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone's in good spirits. Hope everyone's having a progressive start to the week, and I wish you lot all the best in your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. You ain't got health, you're dead. So I hope you and your loved ones have continued or better health. So yeah, man. Not gonna lie, people, please. I don't really want to talk about the North London derby till tomorrow, but I'm getting a bit nervous. I'm shook still. I'm shook. I think we're gonna collapse it, people, because we've done well to get to this point. You win it's as simple as that. You win the game, you're laughing, you lose it, you're in problems. Please, boys, if you're gonna crumble, now's not the time. You should have crumbled months ago. You should have crumbled in December. Don't do this to me now, man. I need to hit a job, yeah. It's not gonna happen though, is it? If you lot don't win that, so please, fellas, please don't do me dirty in it, man. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well and safe, man. Please, any comments, opinions, talking points, get them in. Obviously, Pepe's been linked with Sevilla. El Nene moving closer to getting that new deal. I think El Nene's been speaking. Odegaard's spoken as well. Yeah, a couple bits and pieces. The same old people. West Ham and Eddie Nketiah. I can't begrudge him for going to West Ham. Stays in London. Big club. Could be the main man or one of the main men playing under David Moyes. You know, maybe Declan Rice will act like he knows you. Apparently, even Eddie Nketiah has got his Ghanaian passport, and I guess that means he's taking steps towards representing Ghana at international level. As you and I, a lot of people should say, you go play for Ghana, you get yourself a little prem move somewhere, but you've established yourself as a footballer rather than just whoring yourself out and just waiting for the Three Lions call up that probably isn't going to come, and you know whatever's going on at Arsenal Football Club. So it is where it is in that regards, people. So yeah, hope everyone's well, hope everyone's blessed, and all of that good stuff. Why aren't the Kenyans? I'd be fuming if Eddie left the club. Fuming's a bit of a mad word. I mean, I wouldn't lose my shits, but just care about the money that's going, man. The funny thing is, we could have at least got 20 million from West Ham for him, but now he could leave for free if the contract was signed. You know, honestly, we should have played this game in January. This pressure is too much. Can't handle it. 2 days to go, and I'm going crazy, man. I'm a United supporter, but I like your channel. Big up your chest, Andy. Appreciate you, man. When's the North London derby? Thursday, broski. Love from Cyprus. Arsenal to get top 4 in their own backyard. Haaland to City. I hope that means Jesus to Arsenal. I mean, all of what you said, I can't disagree, man. You know, Gab Jesus, we're waiting, man. Edu needs to be chatting to him. Get all the Portuguese speakers to harass him. Edu, Martinelli, Gabriel, Tavares, but even Cedric, man. Just gas him. Just gas him. Don't leave him alone. I know we ain't getting Gab Jesus, but let's laugh. I want to be wrong, of course, people. No, we can't let Eddie go for free, let alone West Ham of all clubs. To be honest, need to start being a club to cash in. I mean, Danny, there's nothing we could do, bro. He's keeping it moving. Like, it's when you get into a scenario like this, whether it's, I'd prefer for him to go Palace, because at least Vieira's there, whether it's Palace, West Ham, Brighton, Gladbach, Leverkusen, teams that he's been linked with, bro, we're in no position. The only consolation is considering he must have played close to 100 appearances for this club. He's become a Premier League footballer. He's won an FA Cup with us. We're going to get some money if he signs for a British team, but we're not going to get much. Probably we're going to get something bandulu like 5 to 8 million or something, really. If he goes to Germany and all these sort of places, you get absolutely nothing. It's a shame, but this is why he should be proactive. I'm sorry, but Eddie Nketiah, the fact that he's still on that contract since he's 18 years of age, it tells you all the problems Arsenal Football Club have. You know, you need to play for a contract and earn it, but you need to be proactive. And same way you look, we ran it to the wire with Balogun. Ultimately, he ended up staying. Don't do that, you know, because we could be sitting here controlling all the variables. If we get into a scenario, let's just say a year or two from now, where Balogun, for whatever reason, has got an opportunity and he's shown that he could be something, we could either say, listen, there's 20 million plus to be made. There's a first team player of some sort here. Control the variables, man. We've, you know, Bayern Munich and Chelsea this year in terms of contract and sales have kind of gone against the grain, but for years, them lot have been proactive. You know, Liverpool getting good money for players as well. It is what it is, people. We tried to sell him to Palace. He didn't agree personal terms, and you know, free transfers are here to stay. It's something to do. It's something that's going to affect all clubs in it. So we need to adapt and ultimately be proactive. I am a Portuguese speaker. Gabriel Jesus is quality, but I think he won't come without Champions League football. Well, if you're a Portuguese speaker, my guy, head over to Manchester and do a thing. We're going to get a compensation fee. It's going to be peanuts, bro. Thanks, bro. Even a draw in that game is good for Arsenal. I mean, if you can't win, don't lose, innit? I'd prefer that if it could be a thing. I'll take a point and take it elsewhere, but it'd be better to just win, man. Big up DG. Which striker you think you guys coming you guys' way? Honestly, I'm gonna have to let you down, but I don't know, my guy. All I can do is speculate on this star with Nunes, on Jesus, or Martinez, on this guy. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't have a clue, man. That's what I always say. I'll shut my mouth until the end of August, beginning of September, and what shall be, really, really and truly, people. If I'm completely honest with you. Yeah, what's going on here? Sorry, folks. YouTube notification. Weird, but all right. Sorry, folks. Sweet. Bobby's your uncle. Sweet. Oh, Twitch is saying something now. Streaming are giving me problems. Sweet. Everything's cool. Everything's blessed. Everything is cushy again. First here, what's good, DG? Big up yourself, Frankie. All right, first here might have been me, you know. Smash the like button, 100 likes target. You know, the link is there for the watch along on Thursday, people. Hit the like button on that. Twitch gang, 7:30, Aston Villa against Liverpool will be live, man. Maybe actually 7:45, but you get the point. All right, big up 2-3. Yo, DG, big up yourself. But who would you pick if you could only pick one? Arthur or Telemans? Who you picking? Brazilian bias versus my love for a player that I've seen since he was 16 live with my own eyes. Because the thing is, it's a bit like the Telemans versus Ruben Neves thing. In that I think over 90 minutes, Arthur Melo is probably going to do the less glamorous but more competent things I want to see from my number 8. And I think he's more switched on. But Telemans is wavy, man. It's just that the same things that we get on to Xhaka about, Telemans has that, the bozo gene, switching off defensively, not being strong enough defensively, needless fouls being given away. You know, there was a point Telemans was up there for penalties given away, you know, so I'd probably lean towards Telemans if I'm honest. But that's a good bring both. My guy, the original one, bless. Chris, shout yourself. Josh, shout yourself. You lot always here, man. Any opinions, feel no way about getting them in. I reckon Eddie stays. Not worth getting worked up over him leaving until he does, but sound logic is ever DG. Charlie, this is it. Bro, if man keeps it moving, he keeps it moving. I'm not being funny, but bro, man seen Thierry Henry leave this football club, bro. Like, what's Eddie Nketiah? The things I'm vexed about is that the money, bro. Like, whether we rate him or not, man. And I don't care about fees because I ain't got no money from the club in my pocket, but it's just about being proactive. And it's just when somebody kind of turns a corner or is looking like there's development, we're probably not going to see the fruits of their labor. I do think Eddie Nketiah he can get gassed off what Arsenal's doing. He looks like someone you can lie to, and Arteta can gas him about staying. He looks a bit like he's got the Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He just wants a thing about him. He just wants a bit of love. if I was Eddie and Nketiah's advisors, I'd probably lean towards going out of the door, because you can't guarantee, nothing's guaranteed, and he shouldn't be guaranteed anything. He's not Haaland, he's not Mbappe, he's none of these guys. But and Arsenal are in the Champions League, there could be games, but it took a failed pursuit of Vlahovic and Darwin Núñez and all these guys in January. It took Lacazette losing his form, Aubameyang getting rubbed out for you to get to this point, for you to get your opportunity. Sometimes that happens, and you've got to take your chance as a young player and things, but it is what it is. And if the club now bring in 2 strikers, what does that mean for you? In terms of the broader project, is something to be good at, but you need minutes. And for me, once you get, it's like drugs in it for certain people. Once you take that first hit, it's probably difficult to say no. That's starting week in, week out. And to be fair to Eddie, I don't even Ian Wright got onto him. On the topic of Ian Wright, I don't think I played it.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on. Like, even Ian Wright got onto him for not making the most of his chances when given opportunities. But now he has, Southampton, he did. I think West Ham and Southampton were 2 very good games from Eddie. He, in a weird way, is it any coincidence that Eddie and Nketiah scored similar goals against, in terms of he pressed Millier and won the ball, and obviously we forced a mistake against Chelsea. If you remember against Southampton, was it Jan Valery where we lost? He was lacking as the last man. Eddie got onto that, and then I think Saka or Martinelli, it might have been Saka, ultimately ended up missing it, really and truly. The bar's on the floor in a lot of positions. I rate Tomiyasu, but the bar's on the floor up front. It's just about working hard and things. It's refreshing to see a striker that's got legs in it. He chases lost causes. He works out wide. His hold up plays improved, as shown against West Ham as well. Just the basic principles of a striker. It's refreshing. I almost forgot what it was like for a striker to just win a foul just by making a run in behind. And when I look at his second goal against Leeds, one thing I liked about it is obviously it's a tap-in, which I don't care. We need guys that are going to score tap-ins. He's helped make the goal. Tomiyasu, Xhaka, Martinelli, it's all started from the left-hand side. He's made a run. So he's starting to think. He's starting to get stronger. His general play starting to improve. I think one of his better games was West Ham. He was unlucky to not get a goal, maybe snatching at his chances. What I will say is it's very dangerous to go off the 5 games, because that's very different from leading this thing, as a lot of you know, for 38 in the Premier League, however much in the Champions League, by God's grace. If we don't make it there, Europa League, the latter stages of the FA Cup, etc., etc., etc. And really, while he's playing well and that, there's still a lot of confirmation. I don't know if you're a goal scorer. You've bagged 4 goals. They both come in the same game. The West Ham game, if that went left, man might be looking at him and saying, yo, yeah, chances. Why are you not putting them away? What's going on, sort of thing. So if I was Eddie, honestly, if I was his advisors or loved ones, without knowing everything, all the variables they probably do, I would leave. I wouldn't listen to any comments. I'd just go off the minutes. I'd have an honest conversation with Arteta, and then if it sounds anything but shaky, boy, I'm keeping it pushing, bro. Eddie is not going anywhere. Well, unless he signs a deal, technically he is. Laka is going. Arsenal is going to bring in a very good replacement for Laka, hopefully. I mean, the bar's on the floor, as I said, working hard, man. If Eddie wasn't playing and hit this purple patch and was going for free, no one would get angry at all, because no one gave him a chance. Don't speak for me, please. It's true, but a lot of people might not have been saying El Nene new deal Partey wasn't fit. It's the same rhetoric around, certain people saying El Nene's played better than Partey this season. Same rhetoric around Tavares offers what Tierney couldn't. Marie better than Gabriel. We don't need a backup right back because we've got Cedric. Hot takes, recency bias, killing people. I think Pepe is one we'll regret if he moves. It's all love from Kenya. Shout the Kenyans. I wouldn't say so, because the man's not playing, bro. Like, it's just keep it moving. For everyone's sake, it's probably best that he just keeps it moving, man. We cannot lose against Spurs. They have dead games after that. We cannot crumble now. Amen. Boy. On Thursday, would you play at 3 at the back if White's available like we did against Chelsea, or should we just play our own game? I think we should play our own game, but there's times we need to change it. Potentially, you look at Crystal Palace away. We need to get into that scenario. By all means, play 4 at the back, what I want to see. But we also need to switch it up. Spurs are one of the best counter-attacking teams in the league right now. They struggle to break down low blocks. It makes sense to go with a back 3 and be difficult to break down. If you can't win, don't lose. As much as I want to win and what it means, don't lose. Really. So it could mean that, and let's be honest, we're not keeping clean sheets. Last 7 games, we've been conceding, and all the goals have been cheap and avoidable goals. There've not been any goals where you sit there and go, all right, fair enough. So, mate, and so I'm not criticizing us. Literally, if Leeds can have no chance and score from a set piece, If I'm Son, if I'm Kane, if I'm Kulusevski, if even Arsenal fans, probably even if we were to win, we probably don't expect to keep a clean sheet. Consistent commentators, i.e. DJ, have been on about the mistake of not tying him down and losing him on the cheap since before the purple patch. Amen. Thank you very much, man. Bring me Yuri Telemans. Yes, he's had a poor season. Whole of Leicester, sorry, has. And he has weaknesses, but let's not act like he isn't a player. People really rubbing him out. He's clearly a good player, man. Bring him to the Emirates. I'm a Benfica fan. Darwin is quality, but it will cost around 80, 90 million. Benfica won't give him on a slow price, as they shouldn't, you know. Whatever price he's at anyways, there's going to be extra more zeros because it's like English tourists. If English tourists go to Portugal or Jamaica or Barbados or Kenya, because someone said Kenya, you're not going to pay the same rate as locals or maybe tourists from other countries. You know you're going to apply a tax. How many guys have we seen join other European teams and we're like, right, why is it so cheap? Premier League, they know you got bans. They know you're stupid with peas. You know, I can't blame foreign clubs. You know, it is kill or be killed. Man, I see an 80 million for Maguire. Of course, you should be asking for that. Really. So it's interesting. Eddie looked emotional after his second goal. I don't know. Probs confirms he's leaving for me, to be honest. I don't know. If he leaves, he leaves, man. Like I said, I've seen on relief. I'm only pissed off about the peas, bro. He wanted to leave, boy. He went out on loan. Or did he go out on loan? I'm sure he either asked to go out on loan. I'm sure he went out on loan, you know, before he left Arsenal permanently. He said, I don't want to play 23s. I might be wrong. But yeah, man. He said he don't want to play 23s. An opportunity wasn't forthcoming. He kept him moving. Or there was talk of a low move breaking down. But yeah, Ismail Benatia, for me, he's up there with Yunus Musa and Gnabry in a sense of, I know there's a lot of talented players that have left Arsenal Football Club and not been given a chance. But yeah, man. Sorry, he didn't go on loan. He joined Empoli. That's why I keep thinking he went on loan. But yeah, he didn't want to play. No, he did go on loan. He went to tours. He did go on loan. He didn't want to play youth man football. I can't blame him. Liked on YouTube, then hopped on the stream. Big up, come on. Should have got a chance. He'd be decent. Disappointed to hear Eddie is going on a free. We will never learn. Offer contracts earlier, and then they don't sign. Sell them. It's not complicated. Telemans has to stop eating McDonald's. To be honest, I mean, what? Big up yourself, M. Have to offer contracts, bro. Telemans' defensive work isn't great. Seen him lose the ball a couple of times, and he doesn't track back the way we need. Trust, but then again, we kind of want the strengths going up there. I think Pepe should go. AC would rip it up. Arsenal is going to qualify for the top 4 at White Hart Lane. Believe we're going to celebrate on Thursday. Remain blessed. Listen, I have to see when we're playing, man. I remember a lot of us, me included, criticized him for missing chances against Everton. But to be fair, as he says, it's not as if he's had a run of games, then expecting him to drop and bang his harsh. He is harsh, but football is football, innit? We can only go on what we're going, and he probably will accept. He's still developing in that, but he probably hasn't always taken his chances. Would you take Millier as a second choice keeper? Yeah, but he don't want to sit on the bench, and it's not going to help him. Is it contract form? Maybe. You know, it's ironic. We can't be the obvious. The contract is running down and he's showing his ability. Technically, like El Nene, who's going to sign a new deal. At a point, Lacazette, you could say that with. Yeah, man. The press goon, I hope you're doing well and safe, man. I'm sorry, but if Arsenal have to get Champions League football to convince Eddie Nketiah to stay, like, man. G1 love for that. We saw that on Twitch. 3 at the back, hybrid, shifting in and out of defense, depending on where we defend and pressing on the pitch, then transition. Just hit them with something they don't expect, man. It is, but then you consider all the other P's, man. DG, who says he's getting minutes at West Ham? I think Arteta is going to rotate him a lot more because of Champions League, and that's going to give Eddie more chances, assuming he's going to actually play, really. Let's not act like Martinelli through the middle still isn't an option. We hear 2 strikers. We don't know what's going to happen. There's no guarantee Eddie Nketiah is going to play. You're probably more likely to play at West Ham. If they've converted a right back into a striker, and Antonio has been stinking up the place. So let's not lie. You probably are going to play a lot more at West Ham. As I said at the start, do I think he's going to necessarily be first choice at West Ham? I don't know. I think it's a bit silly for someone to bank on. I think you could use him as a rotation, but you definitely let West Ham don't have as much attackers as us. He definitely is going to play a lot more. Nketiah Jesus. Fair enough. Big up, bro. Listening while doing the cleaning, kitchen. Time flies and suddenly the plates and cutlery are shining again. Shout out to you, man. Happy to be of help. Brazy, man. The striker market is so dry. I can't think of more than 3 that are quality. This is where we need scouts to probably pull their finger out and put their work in. I'm not gonna lie, you lot are violating, man, on YouTube. There's 200 of you locked in. There's 69 likes, people. Bit kinky from you lot, but hit the like button. Unexpected high bills are due, and I'm sure you don't want that at this moment, people. If you don't hit the like button, Arsenal not getting top 4. If you're a Spurs fan, you man are not getting top. You man are not winning the trophy if you don't hit that like button. We have to be shameless. Let's call that Arsenal thoughts. You can still go for the win with 3 at the back, you know. But if you can't win, don't lose. We need to. If you're looking at the North London derby, you need to play the game, not the occasion. We all know winning confirms Champions League. We all know we haven't won at White Hart Lane in a minute. We all know we ain't done a double over them. We all know what the ramifications. But if you succumb to that, you will crumble. A back 3 is what you make it. You go all out for the win from 90 minutes on a naive team. We're gonna get smoked. I'm not saying I necessarily want a back 3, but we need to move away from this euphoria and just going out there and puffing out our chest. Football is not like that. If you can't win, don't lose. Actually, I'd wish Una Emre was here just for that 90 minutes, because a part of me, as much as I want to win, don't lose. You walk away with a point, the job's probably still done. You can't just go out there flying and fighting and puffing out your chest. Already a naive team. There's too many gaps in our team anyways. That back 3 could probably help us. You know, Tomiyasu needs to play on the right-hand side. Again, Son, Kulusevski, Kane, part of the, apart from City and Liverpool, Spurs are probably the 3rd best counter-attacking team in the league, if I'm honest with you. Specifically counter-attacking. YouTube's washed, bro. Tomiyasu on the right or left? Tomiyasu on the right, man. I'd rather Cedric against Kulusevski. Son's got too much pace. You're not catching him. Hit the like button, people, and stop ball watching. Come on. Ben White on the right, Tommy on the left. Holding keeps his place in the back 4. I'm not against it. Well, might as well just switch up the thing, really. But then again, you've probably got to lean towards Tavares, which, again, I'm not really for that, man. Dropping in quickly, but Leicester fans don't even rate Telemans. Is he rubbed? I don't know who they rate, who they don't rate. That's good for them. I think that sounds like sour grapes, but football's a funny old game of opinions. If they can't rate one of their best players, I don't know what's going on, but credit to them, innit? Fair play to them. That's good for them. To be honest, Ben White, this is what I want. Tomiyasu, our best right back against their best defender, our best defender against their best attacker. As simple as that. Let's get into this transfer news, people. There's a lot to kind of cover in the grand scheme of things. Let me make sure everything is well and safe. We can delete that, I think. El Nene. Yeah, that. So, folks, cut that. Yes. Wait, what's this? So, folks, you gotta make sure everything is cushy. We're gonna crack on. Don't worry. Yep. Tab police. It's only because I only got these tabs for you guys. It's a madness. But yeah, there's that. Close that. I think this is more Telemans Tosh. And yeah, we're cushy. All right, have a good biology lesson, man. RP stream. What are you on about? The fuck? Anywho, well, let's start from here, man. Now, I just happened to be reading this before I came online, people. What are the chances, people? Now, Real Betis are interested in signing Dani Ceballos. I'm not being funny, but Mikel Arteta sent Ceballos back to Madrid and they're in the Champions League final. Anyways, away from that, Inter will sell Arsenal linked Lautaro for 60 million euros, which correlates to about 51 million quid or $63 million. The 24-year-old is under contract until 2026. He's reportedly a target for Arsenal ahead of the transfer window, as he was last year. Apparently, Lautaro is happy at Inter and wants to stay, but they may be forced to cash in on their prized asset due to ongoing financial issues, people. So we'll see how that one develops. In relation to El Nene, there's conflicting reports, but apparently El Nene has agreed a deal until 2025. Some say it's until 2024 with an option of another one, people. Very close to an agreement. Well deserved, really. Arsenal are progressing in talks with Mohamed El Nene to extend his contract, as reported by David Ornstein earlier. El Nene wants to stay. The final detail to be agreed with his agent is a 2-year deal or 1 year, including an option for a further season. So, yeah, man. I mean, thoroughly well deserved. I'm not going to lie. The bar's on the floor because as much as I agree, if any other player was good for 4 or 5 games, nobody is saying that. But it's El Nene, so there's special treatment. Bars on the floor, really. Probably should just bring in new players, but we could do a lot worse than keeping El Nene. For what it's worth, El Nene said Arsenal are focused on the Champions League return and are ready for the Tottenham derby. Less chattings, more slappings, people. Please, less chattings, more slappings. Everyone is focused on achieving the club's objective, which is to qualify for the Champions League. He then went on to say, people, the club will speak with the players regarding contract renewals in due course. He then went on to speak about this. He said the derby against Tottenham will be tough and Champions League. So we'll have to see about that. Away from that, though, people, we've been linked with Richarlison. This journalist is capping. Kroenkes could bring exceptional 50 million striker to the Emirates. Clickbait. Arsenal could afford to sign Everton forward Richarlison if they qualify for the Champions League. But unless all the other options are exhausted, forget all of that, man. He spends too much time diving. I don't even know if I should believe any of this, people. Yeah, I don't even know if I should believe any of this. It all seems like tosh. Well, there's obviously some Premier League clubs who are in the market for a new striker. Arsenal are looking for striking reinforcements, and if they get in the Champions League, they might be able to afford to pay 50 million for Richarlison. Anywho, you know, Pepe's been linked with a move. This was the original source of the article, people, so it's only right that we see exactly what's been said here. Again, Google Translate and that have done me dirty here, so we'll have to see exactly what is said. But allegedly, Sevilla wants to fish in Arsenal. So, wow. Sevilla has been aware for years that in the summer, some of its stars have to leave to make way for other great players. Monchi is usually visible head of these operations, but Lukatelli also has a lot to do with it. The league ends in a few weeks, and Sevilla is already preparing the departures and registrations. In their desire to create a more competitive team, Sevilla have sounded out Arsenal to acquire the services of Nicolas Pepe, which is decent. It will be a good platform for him to go play. The end of the English team has not had much luck in the Premier League this season. He's barely played 630 minutes, and the Ivorian, and I just assume they want him to be a substitute. Or Campos on the wing. Monchi will bet on him as long as the price asked by the Gooners is not, I assume, extraordinary. So I'm not too sure for that. But in terms of English terms, Sevilla open talks with Arsenal over Nicolas Pepe transfer. According to reports, Sevilla have opened talks with Arsenal to sign Nicolas Pepe this summer. 26 years of age, contracted until 2024, cost 72 million in total, if provided all the variables that won't be hit are hit. Just, you know, and he can't get a game. It's an elephant in the room for everyone. It just, you know, I do, especially with the Champions League next year, I would like Pepe to be in the squad. But if the manager don't rate you, if you're not playing games, it needs to come to a resolution, in it. Like, really and truly, it is what it is. And definitely how you played off the bench last game can't get onto you. As you know, we struggled to make an impact to secure a regular role under Mikel Arteta. According to this report, Monchi has identified Pepe as a potential summer signing, which first and foremost, a platform to play. You know, second of all, you know, a new experience in a new league. It was always destined to fail in hindsight, because I remember his dad's comments about Pepe needs to live and breathe football. I do think sometimes it's been unfair, but you've had different managers. And we're here where we are now, innit? Sevilla have made it clear to Arsenal that while they would be willing to sign Pepe, they're not willing to pay a mad fee. I mean, give us 30 million. It's calm now, man. And obviously, he got a dressing down for that poor counter-attacking move against Leeds, people. Arteta said when asked on that Pepe thing, he said, when you see that he's got an empty net in front of him and he's taking a touch backwards, we really can't understand. But you have to have the perception of the player in that moment. They're the ones that make the decision. Unfortunately, we didn't need to go, a bit like off the bench in the last game, and we was all baffled with that. So yeah, man, it's not really nice for Pepe. So it's all a myth for him. Getting dressing downs and things like that. The manager can't understand why you're doing things. This is why you're not trusted, really and truly. Fabrizio Romano says Xhaka could leave Arsenal talks due this summer. I mean, if we're getting Telemans and all these things, it's a myth. Inconsistent but talented Pepe is that. And Nketiah should stay. I mean, it's up to him, man. In my country, I haven't seen any Spurs fans in my entire life. That's Nigeria. Their fan base in Nigeria is as dry as their trophy cabinet. Long may that continue. Brazil bias, possibly, but Meaty, Litoro and Tammy, my favorites. Diverse attackers, a mix of skills. We saying Ceballos balling now. Shameless agendas, man. Yo, DJ, I got here late. Big up yourself. I know you've probably already spoken on it, but how likely do you think he goes to West Ham? I still think we could convince him to stay. Haven't spoken on it, and I think he's open to everything. As I said, if Arteta, I think if I'm Eddie, honest conversation with Arteta, what are your plans? I hear rumors of 2 strikers. Okay, cool. That might not necessarily mean my time here is done, because it's going to be a striker that can play out wide, really, and there's a lot of game time, you know. It all depends as well. If Arsenal can only bring in 1 striker, then you might have shown that you could be a rotation option, and you can't rule out Lacazette getting a new deal, even though I don't agree. So I think he needs to have an honest conversation. I do think he wants to make it at Arsenal, considering you've been at Arsenal for years and they're back in the Champions League, whether you're a squad player or whatnot. Why would you not want to be involved in that? But are you going to play week in, week out? Are you going to have an opportunity of that? If I'm honest with myself, the way I want Arsenal to go, I don't want that to be for Eddie. So he has to have that conversation, confirm game time elsewhere. But it all depends, one, you know, it all depends what happens in the market. There's a lot of moving parts, both at our club and abroad, people. And obviously we don't know where we're going to finish. Certain players that we're trying to, that look like they're leaving, there might be U-turns. Certain people that were staying might go. Certain things might happen in it. So yeah. Fabrizio Romano has told Court Offside that Granit Xhaka could leave Arsenal this summer, with talks over his future. People, he's had a good season in an Arsenal shirt, doing what he's doing, people. In fact, reports claim that a move to Roma could be imminent. Ultimately, however, Xhaka ended up staying put, and Arsenal have certainly benefited from keeping him, yada, yada, yada. Nevertheless, Fabrizio Romano has now suggested that Roma remains still keen on Xhaka, and talks about the idea of the midfielder leaving Arsenal will be held in the summer. We could see midfielders leaving Arsenal as well. Xhaka has always been on Jose Mourinho's list for Roma, but has not received communications from Arsenal so far. He will talk about with the club at the end of the campaign, but no distractions during the Champions League spot. Fair enough. It's calm, but he did speak about wanting potentially getting the armband back. So it's always a mixed bag, man. At 29. I'm here for Fabian Ruiz. I don't know if Lee Connor is talking the truth, but Arsenal leading the race for a spectacular 40 million star just months after Newcastle had their own bid ready. Arsenal are reportedly the most interested club when it comes to Napoli midfielder for Fabian Ruiz. I mean, it's Telemans, Neves one day, then it's the other here. Just make sure they arrive. According to reports from this publication, you know, apparently what Hickey, Arsenal are said to be the team who hold the highest interest in the midfield star, who has been long tipped for a move elsewhere. As you know, he's won the Coppa Italia in Naples. He was part of a Spanish successful under 21 side. He's been linked with Real Madrid as well, people. He's contracted until 2023, just like Telemans, Douglas Luiz, and other people linked with. So yeah, it doesn't seem anything concrete. He's a good player, lovely passing range, as you would expect from a for me, but that beyond that, where can we really take it, people? Yuri Telemans to Arsenal. Gunners hopes over 30 million deal for Leicester star could hinge on Champions League. Arsenal's hopes of signing Telemans could hinge on whether they qualify for next season's Champions League. The Gunners have identified Telemans as one of their top targets as Mikel Arteta plots another big summer in the transfer market. He's about to enter the final year of his contract at Leicester, which you can't rule out just running that down and leaving for free. Telemans has given no indication that he'll sign an extension and looks set to leave the King Power Stadium. That has sparked interest from several clubs, including Arsenal, who have made a new midfielder a priority this summer. Barcelona, Real Madrid, and sorry, there's a bit of shit on my screen. Tottenham Hotspur have also been keeping tabs on Telemans over the past year. The 25-year-old is yet to decide his next move, but is keen to play in the Champions League. So Arsenal would significantly boost their chances of signing him by securing a top 4 spot. As you know, we're currently 4th and can confirm a place in next season's Champions League if we beat Spurs on Thursday, which I don't think we're going to do, but by God's grace. It's thought Telemans could be available for a fee of around 30 million, but that amount could increase if several clubs make concrete offers. Arsenal are also interested in Granit Xhaka, could join Roma. So make of that what you will. This is correlating the same things as well, folks, via publication that, you know, the points and commas have been put. Only this will stop Arsenal from completing the transfer of Telemans. The transfer of Yuri Telemans to Arsenal is taking shape. Only the Red Devil has yet to give his final blessing. Yuri Telemans Championship bell next season. Google Translate probably saying Champions League. The Gunners, pardon me, have pretty much got that Champions League ticket. Only them will Telemans. I don't know what it means, but the talks between his agent blessing for the transfer. As you know, United have also been interested. I'm not gonna lie, I can't begrudge Telemans for wanting to go play Champions League football, and you know all the players want to play Champions League. But I'm sorry, like, a part of me, I don't think, as great as I think Telemans is, you are not a player to be, I'm only coming here if we're getting Champions League. You're not that guy, bro. This is Arsenal flipping football club. You've played at the Emirates since 16. You're not that guy. You're not established like that in world football, as great as you are at 25. You are a great midfielder. You're going to be even better. You are a Belgium international, but you're not that. That's not, I don't really want to accept that from Telemans. Like, this should be a signing that's attainable, whether Arsenal get Champions League or not. I can't lie. I don't think you're the guy for all of that. If we get Champions League, I don't think you are. That's a myth still, man. But yeah, anyways, away from all of that, Arsenal, someone's probably running bants. It could be one Pepe out, one Pepe in. Arsenal plot move for Porto winger Pepe as fellow Premier League clubs also eye transfer. Arsenal are preparing a move to sign Porto winger Pepe, according to reports in the Portuguese media. He just joined from Guillermo last summer for 13.5 million. It's quite techie, but I'm not watching him week in, week out. While Pepe's numbers of 4 goals and 4 assists in 27 outings seems reasonably average, I mean, you know, very similar to the actual one we got. The forward has got plenty of people talking in Portugal this season with his performances, so much so it is claimed the number of English sides have taken note of his emergence onto the scene ahead of the summer transfer window. So yeah, Arsenal are suggested as being serious about signing the tricky wide player who can knock and shoot from range. Arsenal are in the market for attackers ahead of next season, people, with 2 strikers and a winger on the agenda, which again, we're speaking about Eddie. That is going to harm you. The Gunners are also expected to try and move on Nicolas Pepe on with Sevilla, understood to be keen on the people, you know. Fair enough. Same Yuri Telemans report. Why is it all zoomed in and that? Zoom the hell out, man. Martin Odegaard is determined. I mean, Xhaka, Arteta, El Nene, Odegaard has spoken about it. Odegaard determined to seal Arsenal Champions League berth after a brief taste at Real Madrid. He's determined to fire Arsenal to the Champions League this week because he never got a true taste of the competition during his time at Real Madrid. People, we're currently sat 4th, 4 points ahead of Tottenham in 5th, and will qualify for the Champions League if we win on Thursday, people. He said, I've played there, the Champions League, a few games, but I don't feel like I've really played there. I really want to get in there and fight. That's where the best teams want to be, of course. So that would be big for me and the club. We have a young team, but I think with young players we just enjoy playing together, and you can see that on the pitch. We enjoy it. And apparently he said, all that matters, taking the 3 points. We have to win in different ways, said Odegaard. Last time against West Ham was not our best game, but we won. Today, I think we played really, really good in some parts, and other parts we had to fight, but we got the 3 points, and that's the most important thing. So we're happy. I think it was a good win, an important win. We know the situation we're in, so obviously we are very happy with 3 points. Some parts of the game we have to do better and kill the game. As Xhaka said, we've got to be a bit more street smart. But that's, and again, if we're not street smart away at White Hart Lane, crazy. But that's all that matters today. We all matters, people. So there's that. Jesus leaving City and going to Arsenal. It's real. It's real. It's talks really happening at Arsenal. Fabrizio Romano said Arsenal's main target in the striker position is Gabriel Jesus. If they have the Champions League position, they'll go for him. He is the striker Arsenal want. Arsenal already had contact with his agent, people, and apparently, you know, well, he has started to score goals. Apparently, Manchester City have set their valuation of Gabriel Jesus at 60 million euros this summer, depending on the direction of negotiations. Man City, are open to dropping down to 50 million, which is about 40 odd, which is calm. But wouldn't we hear 30, 35? He's contracted until 2023. So I don't think they're really in a position to play hardball and them things there, especially if he forces it out. Where is it? Apparently, Eddie Nketiah has decided to represent Ghana instead of England, and reports have said he's got his Ghanaian passport now, which is about time. West Ham are in pole position to sign Eddie Nketiah on a free transfer this summer if Arsenal cannot convince the about game time. West Ham are ready to take advantage of Eddie Nketiah's contract standoff. Arsenal are keen to keep the 22-year-old who is out of Arsenal hierarchy. David Moyes' Hammers are understood to be in pole position to pounce for him. First thing you get there when you touch West Ham, beat up with Declan Rice, people. You need to throw jollof rice over his head, Eddie Nketiah. I can't blame them. The only highlight of them in the Europa League is the images of Mark Noble sweeping up the changing room against Sevilla and Lyon. They bloody celebrated like they won the Europa, and their bubbles firmly got burst against us and last week. But on a serious note, West Ham are a good club. They're trying to do big things. They're a big club, massive fan base. David Moyes, a 30 manager. You could play. I don't know if you would play through the middle because you've done it for 4 or 5 games, but you would probably get significantly more game time, especially as what we saw if we're trying to bring 2 strikers and a winger in. I'd like Eddie to stay purely for the P's, and you could keep him as a rotation option. Maybe if he proves he can start, fair play, as there's more games next season. Maybe there's a degree of, okay, I'm gonna go out on loan, goes and earns us more money, puts himself in the shop window, but we're at his mercy really. The 22-year-old turning 23 later this year. We're in no position of strength, man. Arteta has also made a plea, and he keeps talking about him. And the more he scores goals, it is crazy, people. Arteta also made a plea to Nketiah after the win against Leeds, saying they absolutely adore him, but the prospect of him leaving is increasing. And it's true. Arteta can say anything he wants, and he might not be. He didn't get Vlahovic or Darwin Núñez in January. Lacazette's short-lived purple patch went. Aubameyang couldn't behave himself. Literally, this is it. Like, why? And sometimes these things need to happen for you to take your chances, but you've got to do the maths. Eddie owes it to himself to look at this thing without emotion. Eddie's reps have had 2 rounds of talks with Arsenal, and another meeting is planned to see if they can find a way around how much game time we get. Lie to the brother. If I'm Eddie and his advisors, I'm telling him not to sign one. I need concrete. Boom. How am I going to be used? What am I going to be used? An honest conversation. Arteta, just like Balogun, tell my man every lie under the sun. Yeah, fam, you're going to, Haaland thing, you're going to make it. You're starting Champions League. Once he signs that new deal, who gives a fuck? Like, we've done it now, innit? It's wrapped, it's done. Really. He's got to ask himself that. He's got to ask what's going on with the other young players. You've got to ask what's going on with Lacazette. Now, right now, we all know Lacazette's going to keep it moving. He's not going to make it. But go back a few months, everybody was screaming, oh, yeah, Lacazette knew. Yeah, bro, next season's you. Promote to the first team. We gave Balogun a big song and dance about the new contract. Let him stay for 6 months, brother. Long thing. You're not ready right now. Eddie, let's do this thing, man. If I'm Eddie, boy, don't sign nothing. The more you just keep focusing on football, you're doing your job, really and truly. You got German clubs onto you, you got other Prem clubs onto you. I hope that if you are leaving, you go to Crystal Palace, help Vieira out in that. Ian Wright's career in reverse and that. But you can't say no to West Ham if they give you a legit thing. But a number of clubs are also on alert. But West Ham are understood to be in pole position to pounce for the 22-year-old. He almost joined Palace, but there was wage issues. David Moyes is also a fan of Ollie Watkins. Remember them? We come a long way for them Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins rumors. I hope they stay away far from this club. Right, you wanted to sign Darwin Núñez, see? So again, even if West Ham, the thing is with Eddie, bro, are you as good as he is? I think he'll be a luxury to have in every. I say luxury, I'm guessing it. He'll be a good option to have. Gonna be the guy. He's done it for a couple of games. It's very different relying on man for 38. It's very different when you haven't got a chance, but you get the point. Arsenal are also keen on Núñez, and allegedly we've been tracking Dominic Calvert-Lewin for 12 months. A lie. Please, man, please. Lacazette looks to leave Calvert. Please. Lie. So, yeah, man. That's his contract, people. business going on. So yeah, man. 147 likes. We can get to 200 people. Pattern that up, please. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's Eddie. That's Eddie and all these guys' contract stuff sorted, people. All the transfer rumors. Let's spin the block, man. Let me know your opinions. Get any questions, talking points, all them things there in, people. Big up you lot tuned in across Twitch and YouTube. It's nice to see Eddie finally taking his chances. I mean, I wanted to stay as an alien boy, but promises are a comfort to a fool. From a club perspective, I want them to tell you everything under the sun. And obviously, it would be great to want to be involved with what's going on at Arsenal, being in the Champions League. But are you going to play enough? On one hand, you need to earn it. We need to recognize there's competition at this club now. We're not just going to play Eddie Nketiah, but how are you going to be utilized, people? Now, sorry, as much as I said that, I mean, this is probably a nonsense rumor, but this is probably a nonsense rumor, but we're gonna have to see what this is saying. Allegedly, Thomas Partey has doors open for Arsenal exit, with Juventus keen on potential swap. I mean, where have we heard this? Sorry, people. My guess, Arthur Melo. You know, I'm just guessing Arthur Melo. I might be wrong, but Arthur Melo. Sorry, man. I don't know what's going on with the internet, man. We're just gonna have to hold it, my guy. Apologies. I can't. If I could, I would, but it's a poor guy in Edmonton, man. You lot get me to 50,000 on YouTube, and you know, and 10k plus on Twitch. We might be able to get a better office in there. But Thomas Partey has doors open for an exit from Arsenal, according to reports from Spain. So a Spanish club speaking on an Italian team's transfer business with, you know, buying someone from England. Football's universal, but you know, you try the ones they try to read between the lines. Juventus are claimed to be interested in signing the midfielder, with Arthur Melo potentially sent in an opposite direction as part of a swap deal. So there we have it, people. He'll play again this season. There has been reports that Partey is stepping up his recovery and he could play against Everton, but yeah, man, Tottenham could get Yaya Toure as a coach. Big up him. It's a myth, people. They've also said Partey would cost around 30 million, 35 million, which is 15 less than what we paid. It seems, you know, we're just making more holes in our team. Like, we'll just be making more holes. There's already talk around a number 8. Why would we go and do that? So I don't. Anything can happen in football, but I don't believe that. But I've got a duty to show you like everything in it. So yeah. Now I think with that is the end of the transfer, Tosh. If Eddie stays, he'll get overpaid, but that's the price of business. If I'm Eddie, I'm saying, yo, I don't even know what Eddie's on now. There was a point he was earning more than Saka. Get the piece. You're in Eddie's in the position of strength. If he was stinking up the place in the chances he's getting, then calm. But he's playing well. His contract's running down. The manager keeps saying, I like you in that. Wait, me too. I want him to stay for the piece. But if we offer him too much of a big contract, we might not be able to get rid of him anyways. 23 though, man. We can get the piece, man. You know, really and truly, if I'm Eddie's advisors, I'm signing a 3-year deal, really. But if you could get him on a 3, 4, 5-year deal, he's going to be 23. You'll have him for the best part of his 20s by then. If he's either 30 or not in it, really. On Vlahovic, do you think we dodged the bullet based on his current form? Well, he's not scoring goals, so you could say yes, but there's no guarantee that if he joined Arsenal, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing now, and the question you're asking, but there's also no guarantee that he would have hit the ground running, really. And plus, it looks like everybody's doing kind of shit for Juventus. Really. Keep Eddie. Happy for Eddie to play for Ghana, but man wasn't trying to play from the jump. Shameless. Maybe. Who's that 1v1 demon at Chelsea that's only got 1 goal this season? Less than Gabriel and Eddie. What's his name, man? Matisse always chatting on him. What's his name, man? They said he was a winger, and then I see him play right back. And then apparently by him. What's his name? Is it? I don't know. It can't be that good. It might. Oh shit! Callum Hudson-Odoi. That's his name. Sterling, that'd be lit. I'd stick with Pepe. I can't lie. The fuck? Oh yeah, Arsenal, the African Football Club, Rice and people. The fuck you talking about? Get the hell out of here, man. What are you talking about? Weird guy, man. Suck your mum with the racist shit, man. Does Telemans really transform this midfield? No, but I think he's a competent midfielder, man. I feel dirty saying this, but I want Xhaka to stay. Just needs to be a rotation option rather than in our strongest 11. I'm cool with that. Telemans and Paqueta would be quality, would give Odegaard some competition and much needed depth in that position. Since that shameless interview by Laka, he's not had a sniff in the side, as he shouldn't. back in the Champions League by God's grace, but nothing's decided yet, man. Laka needs to go, man. Laka is washed. Eddie is the one. I think Raheem, Tammy, Eddie, and Telemans. Big up the Icy Freeze them, but it's a bit meaty still. It's a bit meaty. Just say no to Richarlison. I don't think anyone's keen on Richarlison. Back again with Lautaro Martinez watch as Inter is asking for 52 million. El Nene is close to signing a 1+1 contract deal until 2025. Brazy. DG, I got here late. I know. Oh, sorry. I've seen this already. Just scrolling all the way up. Ben White had Kane in his back pocket the last game and almost gave away a penalty. Whilst not a dominant aerial defender, he's very good on the ball and can tackle with both feet and fast. You'd say Ben White's fast. Wouldn't call that pace, but I hear you. I hear you. Raid the Lyon team for their midfielders. I want that young defender. What's his name? I want Gusto from Lyon. And what's the centre back, man? Is it LUKEBA or something? Him. There's even a little Lens midfielder as well. What's his name, man? You lot can't see the. Well, I got a spreadsheet with a couple of players' names. Google Docs, Google spreadsheets. How the fuck do you even find it? But all you lot like, oh, you don't do any of them videos anymore about players you like and that. Just so you lot can see, man's here, bro. Well, it's a bit of 2 documents, but man's here, bro. You can see their names. Man's here, bro. Scouting, bro. These are all the players that have taken off and I have taken a fancy to. This is one of the rough ones. These are players at all different levels. There he is. This DOUCOURE brother. This is who I want. He also plays for Lens, but I think he could be a good option. Apparently, Patrick Vieira wants him. I'm not sure on his level, but he's 22 years of age. You know, him, Fofana, there's some good little players there. I think for this guy, who you lot check DOUCOURE, I think he's good. He loves the dark arts. I think at his age, he likes to play ball a bit too, like, he's still young and naive and inexperienced at 22. Sometimes he likes to go through the motions and enjoys. It sounds dumb, but enjoys playing football a bit too much. Takes one too many touch more than he needs. But he's a decent passer. He's got a good engine. He's fairly street smart. 22, so there's resale value. Probably not going to buy him. Could probably make a good signing for Crystal Palace. Can play as a 6. Fairly combative. Like him a lot, man. Like him a lot. Do think he'll be one on the move, really and truly. Don't think he'll cost an arm and a leg, really. But with Lokonga being there already, with El Nene probably signing a new deal, probably not the profile of player we're going for, people. But yeah, man, if you could get him, if you could get where's the Leon centre back, bro? If you could get Malo Gusto, who's a right back, probably has no need to leave Leon at this moment in time. Where's the left back? I mean the defender, man. Lobarda, I think that's not even his name, bro. I typed his name in wrong. What is your name? I don't know your name, but I know you're sick. Leon FC. I will find you. Your name's not important. Your ability is, respectfully. Where are you? I know someone knows who I'm on about. That's it. LUKEBA or something. Castillo LUKEBA. This guy, man. I think he's 19 years of age. Obviously, I want a centre back if you could, but he's probably away from the quality I believe in him. Probably not the profile. Probably want someone that's 27, 30 that can just come in because you've got Saliba, you've got Gabriel, you've got Ben White. But I think he's got a terrific future, man. If I could bring in Castello, Gusto, and obviously DOUCOURE, I would, innit? I think these are players that could get moves, really and truly, if I'm completely honest with you. DOUCOURE. Yeah, man, they're guys I would look at, especially the thingy, man. Defensive mid. He can play as a box-to-box role. He's very raw with it. Like I said, he's not the finished article, but we could do a lot worse. So yeah, shout out to you lot, man. Of course, Twitch and YouTube. What else are you saying? I think there's a super chat. One love for that. Where is it gone? There it is. The boss. Appreciate that. Big up, bro. Arsenal winning will be the... Oh, well. Love for the super chat, my guy. I don't want to speak on other YouTubers. They're not relevant to this channel, respectfully. Everyone's free to have their own opinions, whether they want to spread negativity or whatever. Like, man's not watching no one. You get it? Like, we're just doing our thing, innit? We don't advocate anybody dying and all them things, but fuck the man there, man. Just focused on us. Love for the super chat, nonetheless. If you had to pick one from three of our midfield, would it be Xavi, Iniesta, or Busquets, and who drops out? Xavi for Xhaka. Busquets for Xhaka. Busquets for El Nene currently. Busquets for Partey. Xhaka. Probably Busquets for Xhaka. Iniesta for Xhaka. Xavi for Xhaka. Bard's quite decent from Nice. You're right. Would you take Dunk for the squad? But yeah, man. Klopp on the verge of signing Mbappe exclusive. Shout out to Klopp if that's true. Amazon Doc could be lit, man. Late to the party, but what do you think of Victor Osimhen? Like him a lot. Think he's only got 15 league goals in the league, which is max. But yeah, man. Is everyone finally trusting the process? I mean, I've always said you can trust whatever you want, but just criticize and praise where we're right. When the club are kind of showing you evidently what they're saying is calm, man. Ari the lag, the scroller at the bottom moves smoothly when your webcam starts/stops occasionally, so it's not your internet connection. Slap some RAM in your PC, Lappy. What does that mean? Delete shit? Yeah, man. We'll do that. Big up, DG. Some reason I was just thinking about the time you were sharing your content with the park bench and pigeons. Time flies. Time flies, man. We ain't achieved anything yet, but appreciate that. Humble beginnings, man. I want Xhaka to stay as a squad player / backup, but his ego won't allow him. I mean, I hear you, but why does everyone say this? I know no one wants to sit on the bench, but come on, man. Nothing's bigger than him. There's been times where Xhaka's lost his place. What do you think we'll do with El Nene? Part of the furniture, innit? Hella, man. We love Arsenal. We do. We love Arsenal. We do. Greetings from, I believe, Indonesia. Shout out to you, man. No way party goes this summer. Clickbait. Clickiest of baits, bro. Brazy, and more brazy. Trust. It was good times for you lot, not me. Like, shit is all flying around. Do you know what? I'd say that helped with confidence making content, you know, because, like, obviously, like, I used to, it sounds weird, but you know, when people just do things in public, I used to breed them, like, right, how you got the confidence to do that? And I learned from it. But it's like I fully have the confidence. Like, obviously, like, I'm there with a camera. Tourists are looking, people are looking, crackheads are coming up to you. Apologies for the term. Pigeons are doing shit, but it helps with confidence still, man, just to do that. Apologies, I'm late, but no one feeling the cardi. No. We don't need. We're just moving away from scandals at this club and all them things there, broski. Why are we gonna bring more to the carpet? We're in problems. Crazy, man. I can't lie. I want Patrick Schick for our striker. He's the number on profile and he's got the numbers. Would take Litoro too. I'm not convinced on Schick, if I'm honest. Manu Kone, spoken on him before. Good player. DG, you're tripping because as a fan base, we want R9 and the Arsenal hierarchy, i.e. Edu and Vinay, get drunk and Ferguson. Bloody hell. Crazy, man. Look at the talent pool. Arsenal pay that, man. Bro, DOUCOURE cold, bro. Humble beginnings for real, man. Hey, come on. Shout out Talawa TV. Make sure you're following her and all her stuff on Instagram, YouTube, and the rest of it, man. Better than me at this. If we, Yuri and Tillemans, I think you mean if we get Yuri Tillemans with Jesus and a winger, perhaps a left and right back, but who would you get as starting left back and right? I mean, there's Guerrero, there's Aaron Hickney. Right back, just do a thing, man. Musa Diaby, young. Unfortunately, they're going to want some bread that should not be forthcoming. Let's delete that. Cucurella, for some reason, I don't like him, bro. And I'm not really convinced with Noah at this moment in time, but things can change. Good opinions, people. Good opinions. 16 more likes until 200. Unexpected high bills due. I mean, what else is there from an Arsenal perspective? You go on Sky Sports. Just talking about Arsenal Spurs. I don't want to deal with this until we have to. Like, I don't want to even just. I'm enjoying the calm before the storm, man. I'll be real, people. I think we're crumbling. I think we're crumbling. We're gonna go there on a naive thing, and that's not me criticizing the gaff or anything. It's just we're a naive team. Like, have you been seeing the way we're playing? Not trying to belittle us and that, but pardon me, everyone's getting caught up in euphoria and not looking at what's going on. For what it's worth, anyways, though, Arsenal were looking at trends, not results, when offering Mikel Arteta a new deal after 3 defeats. Wait, let's see how long this is. Oh my god, my days, oh my days. Anyways, we started, so we can't stop. When Mikel Arteta was under greatest strain, Arsenal toiled to a disappointing run of defeats. The club were putting the finishing touches to a new 3-year contract for Arteta. There can be no doubt now about the club's commitment to their young manager. In some respects, this deal was inevitable. True, Arteta has constantly held strong support among the Arsenal hierarchy, even when results have dipped. Their faith in him has been unwavering. When Arsenal lost their first 3 games of the Premier League season, leaving the team goalless and bottom of the table, I all forgot we weren't scoring as well, you know. Arteta received public and private reassurance over his position. When they lost 3 matches in a fortnight at the start of April, the club went further still. Although there had been discussions about a new contract for some time, this was the moment the hierarchy chose to present him with a formal offer. Arteta was taken aback and moved. He said that staff and what we're doing, the people that we have now owning and leading this football club, I haven't seen it, and I just got emotional when I saw it, because I thought these guys are serious and committed, so I'd better push forward. I mean, when you look at the Kroenke project and you look at what's even, this is the trajectory. From then on, the agreement itself was a formality. Arsenal followed up with 3 consecutive wins over Chelsea, Stamford Bridge dance floor, Manchester divided, and then bubble bursting twats as well, West Ham. A 9-point hold that has secured their place in the top 6 and guaranteed European football next season. Is it going to be the champion, or is it going to be that? I don't even know what Europa League's one is at. I'll be real, I hate Europa League. I hate it. Like, I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate doing watch along to it. I hate the squads we put out apart from playing young players. I hate the fact that it's not serious. I hate the fact that there's more games. I hate the fact that unless you get to the final, it's failure. I hate it all, if I'll be honest with you. For some, presenting a contract offer at the very point when the team are struggling for results may appear backwards. We all knew this season, what he does with certain players, the results didn't really matter. As long as he keeps the process ticking along, we see what the squad's shaping up to be, etc. The bar was on the floor. It's a very unique position. Like any young manager, he has made mistakes, of course. His handling of big stars as Mesut Ozil, boy, there's a lot. Let me not talk. There's a lot to say on Mesut Ozil and specific. One day everything will come out around Aubameyang. Nobody's hands are clean. Yeah, everything will come out. Has attracted particular scrutiny. There are certainly those among the Arsenal fans who have preferred to see how the final 4 games of the season transpire before committing to a new deal. Some see the club's unshakable faith in Arteta as unwarranted and potentially dangerous. I could say it's warranted because they believe in the project, etc. But you could say it's unwarranted because it's a results-driven business. It feels like a lot is being given to someone without really doing much. So it is potentially dangerous, even though I advocate sticking faith in him. You know, what I don't advocate is just supporting for the sake of it. My supporting someone, for me, doesn't mean just condone everything. If you do good things, great. If you do shaky things, ask why. Players if Saka makes a mistake, we're ready to talk about it as a young player. If the manager does, what's going on? Handling of certain players, naive against Crystal Palace, naive in certain handlings in January, which, you know, it was a good gamble, naive in how we set up against Brighton. People can make mistakes. The Arsenal hierarchy, including the Kroenke family who own the club, see things otherwise. The club are now guaranteed to finish in the top 6 after a season outside of continental competition. Back-to-back 8 finishes. 6 is always going to be great. They will have Europa League football in 2022-23 at the very least, which was on course with the target. But since Champions League has become a thing, we have to ask questions if we bottle it. Because if you bottle at this moment, how are you going to get to latter stages of competitions and compete for league titles, etc.? Obviously, with a year more experience and them things, maybe, but boy. Moreover, there's a general sense of progress and positivity. The one thing I love this season has been the unity of everybody, people. Arsenal are improving with the youngest team in the league, and early indications on season ticket renewals are good. The specific timing of Arsenal's show of faith may be surprising. Is it really? Because he was going to get this new deal. But the club were looking at trends, not scorelines. Become synonymous with Arteta's reign process. The club took the step of announcing Arteta's contract in conjunction with a new deal for their women's head coach, Jonas Idval. Just minutes after Arteta addressed the media at London Coley on Friday, Idval conducted a press conference of his own and was asked whether he accepts his Arsenal tenure will be defined by that most tangible of successive trophies. I don't really look at it that way. It's like going to a team to say, today you need to win. Of course you need to win. Everybody needs to win. But it's how you do things that matter and that you find a process that works. If you're successful with that, you'll win. You will in. I think that means win. It says in. You will win trophies. Then it's about having belief in that. Doing it even if things are hard. With both their men's and women's teams, Arsenal have landed on a process and a pair of managers that they are prepared to trust. The hierarchy's decision to offer Mikel Arteta a new contract and indeed to announce it before the season's climax is a demonstrable show of faith, show of support, but that results will not deter them from their commitment to the project. Arsenal are sending a message not just to Arteta but to their fans and to the wider football. This is when it gets a bit Mighty Ducks-ish for me and a bit positive, toxic positivity, really. There's a lot of hand-whinging over managerial contracts, where the reality that this new deal doesn't materially change much. Arteta will continue to be judged on his day-to-day management of the club. If things fall into disarray, the communication then is a significant part of this. While Arsenal's league performance suggests they have improved on the field this season, there have also been improvements off it. Since last summer, Arsenal have been able to communicate a clear vision, a clear project, often through the actions rather than words. The signings of 6 players under the age of 23 and the decision to give the number 7 and 10 shirts to Smith Rowe and Saka made it clear. A new deal for Mikel Arteta tells its own story. It makes plain he is the man at the heart of the project. It tells the supporters that intend to continue on this trajectory. It also is an important box to tick ahead of the summer of crucial negotiations. Arsenal have made contact with the reps of Saka to negotiate a new contract. He can now enter those talks assured of Arteta's future. Similarly, prospective signings will have the security of knowing who will be at their helm should they sign. May well be on the rise. Meanwhile, in the short term, Arsenal will hope this announcement provides the squad with a boost in the battle for their 4th place. Champions League qualification will be some way for Arsenal and Arteta to celebrate the renewal of their vows. So yeah, that's that. Bit, a lot of it is true, bit cringy, but it's all right, it's cool. Anyways, away from that, that was a long read. You could instantly tell I regretted that. Crazy stuff, man. Man called West Ham Fairy Liquid. Trust. Good name. I like that. I like that one. I like that one still. I like that. So yeah, it's crazy, man. Better not lose. Couple Tottenham supporting uncles and a bag of friends with some big mouths. Going to turn off my phone before the game starts and only turn it back on if we win or I'm changing my number. You're just going to see me stop tweeting. We need to win at Spurs. I don't trust us against the Geordies or Everton. Got to goal or nothing. I hear you. I'm not looking forward to Newcastle next Monday away. I'd rather Champions League all day, but I don't mind it. Conference League is the gutter. Now Europa League's the gutter, man. I know we have more chance of winning the Europa League, but it's flipping shit, man. Europa is meant to be you win and bounce. Them links there. You're never gonna see me again. Max B voice. It's a shame that most people won't get that, man. DG, I'm the same. I don't trust Arsenal to get the business done. I expect a loss against Spurs. I want to be wrong, but I mean, is what it is. Assuming we're keeping Xhaka, El Nene, Lokonga, and Partey going into next season, would you agree that we don't need any more 6s and need to go for 2 8s if possible? I mean, if you could get, I'd rather 2 8s than a 6. So yeah, but if you could get 2 8s and a 6, why not? He's decent. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Who has the higher ceiling, Balogun or Eddie? Can Eddie's development pass Jesus'? I don't think it can pass Jesus' because I think Jesus has a lot of untapped potential that hasn't been realised. Between Eddie and Balogun, not a clue. Not a clue. Eddie Nketiah is ahead of his development because, pardon me, he's been exposed to new contract. He's been exposed to, not new contracts, I'm reading something. He's been exposed to first team football a lot more. I hope Eddie doesn't join another Prem team that is fighting for Europe. I just think it might come back to bite us and he'll bag a few against us when he plays. Lokonga's got to go out on loan and Xhaka needs to keep away from that 6th spot. Pundits who talk about delaying Arteta's new contract are naive. If Arteta does not show commitment to our club, then do you think our young players should? Crazy. This is the issue. If he gets sacked, for example, does this process continue with similar value? I mean, the club should the club's process should not really be really affected by a manager. We should have a system in place, what we want to do, and another manager just enhance it. Too often than not, our identity as a football club has been correlated with the manager, whether that's Unai Emery, obviously Arsene Wenger, likes Alex Ferguson. They're larger than life. Football has moved away. If Klopp leaves Liverpool right now, the identity might be different, but it's still largely the same. City, it will be the same. Arsenal, it will you get it. So we're at that. That's where we're at. The manager is a disaster waiting to happen. It's time in the North London derby. Trust none of that, man. Positivity. I mean, I'm Arsenal FC. I'm not Mikel Arteta FC. I'm not committed to seeing Arteta succeed to the point where it's going to harm Arsenal. And I'm definitely not committed to seeing him fail. I do think he's the man right now for the job. I do think anyone that's upset about the timing of the contract, you're legitimate in that, but you're very naive because we heard them contract talks from January. Actually, in August, we knew it was a formality and it was going to happen. Really, if we don't get top four, then the club, Mikel Arteta, Edu, the Kroenkes, they all have to take responsibility. It comes back from in the summer. How much did you really revamp the spine of the side without a striker and a midfielder? You know, January, you left your January period weaker, which it could be. We're going to look at January as a gamble that's paid off or hasn't worked. I hope it paid off, but we're going to look at what's going on with a striker. You've been relying on certain meaty players, so if we don't get top four, we only have ourselves to blame, much like everyone. Much has been the case for the last few years. Hopefully that's not the case, though, but question marks. You know, people will then revert and say, oh, well, we didn't have any targets. Top six is probably where we need to be about. Arsenal have done the standards on the floor. I remember when some fans said they didn't want, early in the season, we don't want Champions League because we're ahead of the process. Certain fans were twanged into, just because we had more possession, more shots, and more expected goals, that means you win football games. A lot of football fans, and especially Arsenal, they stand for nothing, so they fall for anything, positively and negatively, whether that's regarding Mikel Arteta or a lot of these players. I know, I'll be real. I'm not saying I know, but I don't. But a lot of people don't flipping understand football. I'll be absolutely honest. A lot of people just live in la la land, hot takeville. You know, if TAVARES scored a long range goal next week or in the North London derby, people start saying we don't need a left back and things like that. People just live in hot takeville. I know football is an emotional game at surface, but there needs to be a sort of calculated nature regarding it. But that's football fans for you, mate. What are you going to do about that? Nothing. Bro, if you don't, people are allowed to legitimately believe or not believe in Arteta. I can't tell them what to believe. But what I will say is if you know, there's definitely been times this season and in his tenure where it makes more sense for him to leave than stay. And likewise, right now, it looks more like it's common sense for him to stay. But there are people that are just so committed to Arteta route that that's what they're rocking with. There's certain people that are just so committed to Arteta in that are just it's negative. It's not really making sense. You know, all this trust the process. I'll trust what I can see. And just because I trust a project or a process doesn't mean I won't praise or critique along the way. It's crazy, man. Musa Diaby, great player, but 70 millions are madness. Shout out James. Pepe is totally done at Arsenal, and that display on Sunday was absolutely shocking. Besides the selling players, how much signings should we do in the summer? Personally, I think 3-4. I think you need to absolute minimum 2 need to happen in that you get a centre mid and a striker. But for me, I would say 2 centre mids, which ain't gonna happen. 2 strikers, which probably ain't gonna happen. So that's your 4 already. A left back, a right back, rotation options. You know, proper options. I think there you have it. If I could centre back, we've technically brought a backup goalie in Matt Ryan, but I can't verify his thing. DG, have you seen the new HICKEY news? Should I tag you in it? Yeah, man. That's it. See, yes, I'm excited again. This is what I see. Just talking about left back. Well, he can play left back, right back, probably midfield as well. This is the sort of stuff that I'm talking about. These are the sort of guys that are needed. Is it this? This is what, yeah, you see what I'm talking about. This is what, man, these are the sort of guys that we need, man. I know they watch my channel, man. I've been gassing up this Scottish lad for time. These are the dons that we need, man. That he gets it, man. That's young Keaney. Pick up Edu if he clears this one. Have you lost? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? I stop spamming, man. Fuck's sake, man. Like, Twitch can get that guy out of here, man. What the fuck is all that about? Big up you, my dude, but allow it, bro. You're doing too much, man. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You need to allow it, bro. You're killing it. But on that, this is what we need, man. This is what we need, man. Please, 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 please. Eddie wants to sign Aaron Hickey for Arsenal as a replacement for the disappointed Nuno Tavares with 20 million euros on the table. According to British sources, direct contact is expected between Arsenal and Bologna in the next few hours. Come to London, my with Tierney. There's stuff for you here, my guy. This is what we need. Big up Tavares, but whoever, we heard the scouting team identified him. We need to ask why. He could be used for the squad, probably off the bench and become a wide option now, but nip that in the bud. Tavares, hit the loan circuit, try and get the £8 million back. Sometimes we get it wrong. Listen, anything can happen. I'll back anyone to try and do a thing, but Tavares, no, we don't. You like expect fireworks from Tavares? I don't know, man. I don't know, but nonetheless, this is who we need, man. This is what we need. This is what we need. Where's that article, man? Let me see if there's any more. Someone else lied to me. If United get him, that's lit. There any more lies? Definitely don't want you. Oh, you click on that. We'll click on that. And we'll click on this. Where is it gone? There we go. Start with this. In fact, let's start with this Telemans one. Well, it's just reiterating, really. Talks have started with the North London club. There's been positive talks with the 25-year-olds camp. We all know back in January he sat there and we heard his agent was at London Coley. We're interested in him. United are allegedly still interested in him. Apparently, making the switch to Man United is no longer an option because of Manchester United's decline. I'm not being funny, Telemans, but I'm sorry. Telemans has got things, but I don't think Telemann, he's entitled to do what he wants. You're not the guy to say no to Man United or Arsenal, regardless if they're in Champions League. You should be fucking grateful, if I'm honest with you. Definitely where my club is concerned. You're not the guy for all of that. It's claimed Leicester City stars transfer to Arsenal is taking shape, and talks between Mikel Arteta's side and his agent have gone smoothly. The player, however, is yet to give the go-ahead. So now, when I remove my Arsenal hat, that's cool. He's getting his agent to pattern things. Yo, if Arsenal get Champions League, I'm on that, but keep your eyes and ears open to other things. I want to play in Europe. Fair play, really. Telemans wants certainty that Arsenal will play in Europe's elite competition. Allow it, bro. Stop all of that, man. But yeah, there's all of that. Back into this though. Arsenal expected to move in the next few hours for player. 20 million euro ready to replace disappointing signing. And again, it is what it is. It said that both Arsenal and Napoli were in the lead to sign the Scottish left back with 20 million euros, an offer reportedly on its way. According to this report, it brings a bit more information on the matter as a replacement for the disappointing Nuno Tavares, and that there is a 20 million euro offer on the table. The defender is aware of the interest from the Emirates, and he's already told the English press that he's been shown the rumours by a friend, but no movement has taken place. And he did speak about, he kind of said what they all say, and that it shows you're doing a good job, but they're just rumours. We focus on what we're doing. Tomiyasu, you still have friends at Bologna in the camp. We need to do the Buki Wenger stuff, man. Get his number. Arteta just randomly call him or travel over there, man. Wenger used to love all of that, man. Spent years with Nasri when tapped up Ramsey during while the Euros was going on. That could change any time now. However, as this report has stated, according to British sources, direct contact in this sense between the Gunners and Bologna is expected in the next few hours. How badly Mikel Arteta wants to bolster the left-hand side of his defense. He has scored a lot of goals, people, and he has had some injuries last year, but he scored 5 goals and assisted another in 35 appearances. I can't lie to you. I do think he could even have a future in midfield, and I think his Scottish coach agrees with that. But I like him. He can play left back, right back, very composed on the ball, certain mentality, not all the way there yet, but he's doing things the right way, getting a defensive education in Italy, doing what he was doing at in Scotland. There was even rumours he was going to go to, when we signed Tierney, they wanted him, really. So we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, bring him. So yeah, bring that, make that happen, please. Elements is not much of a step up over Xhaka, step up nonetheless. DG, how do you rate Cucurella? Don't you think he's the best replacement for Tini? Nah, I mean, he's decent, not really. Back free tax and that. He's all right. I wouldn't say the best. I'd rather this Hickney, brother. Lamptey, I mean, he's gonna cost an arm and a leg, man. If we can't get Hickey, so I keep calling him Hickney. If we can't get Hickney, we should look at Kamara, recently relegated from Watford. Yeah, he looks all right, but I'd pass on that. I mean, of course they were. Tavares, since I told you, look, I've been so passionate about this because I told you, look, what was going to happen. You can already take one look at Tavares and you know what sort of fullback he is. He's a madman. He's well, to be fair, we're all failed wingers as fullbacks, but he's a failed winger. Clearly, when he was busting through at 16, 17, the academy coach or someone said to him, yo, it's not going to bang in the scene. He could have a career as a winger, but they probably said, yo, you're probably not going to make the grade as a winger. Do this fullback thing. Like, he's not got a defensive bone in his body, does not sense danger, thinks like an attacker. I like him because he's a madman, but he's likable. He spoke about when he signed about he shoots with his right foot, overstated ability going forward because it's to make up the fact that he's mediocre defensively. You know, any game, even when he's played well, it's a problem. If he plays again at White Hart Lane, even if he plays well, it's going to be scary. United, scary. Chelsea, scary. You know, anytime. The West Ham, scary. You know, nip that in the bud. Send that on loan. The only benefit, it costs 8 million. We got Bandulu. We can make that back, man. You must be able to swindle someone. Big up Tavares. I'm not trying to get onto him or nothing, but this is the reality of the situation. Anyone who says they believe in Tavares on a football pitch, you're lying. You're lying. You are lying to yourself. And if you're not lying, then the football opinion has to get discounted because you don't know what you're talking about. Respectfully. 218 likes, 300 of you locked in. If you've hit the like button, God bless you. If you haven't, unexpected high bills due. When the boiler's not working, boy, don't say I didn't warn you. We knew Tavares was a defensive mishap, but didn't want it to be this bad, not even competent as a backup at this point. Well, right, boy, I can't lie. You can't compare him to Aboué. Aboué has been part of a starting 11 that went to the Burnabout and did a thing. Tavares ain't got that. Telemans is lit, man. Let's just let Brooke Norton-Cuffy develop, bro. Just leave him alone to develop his, half a season in League One is very different from playing week in, week out in the Prem, And football fans, they're very harsh. They were harsh on Balogun last year when he played in the Cup. They were harsh on Charlie Patino when he got thrown in against Nottingham Forest. They've been harsh on several other young players. Smith Rowe, Smith kills Flo, and that all these guys want young players to play, but they fail to understand even Tavares, they're gonna make mistakes. My only problem with Tavares is I don't see light at the end of the tunnel. I'll be real with you. I hope you can develop in that. And it's just my opinion. I want to be wrong, clearly. But with Brooke, with Patino, with Balogun, with Eddie missing chances, with Saka and Smith-Rowe and Martinelli. Look, Saka and Martinelli, even Southampton away. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Just because we're doing this project doesn't mean everyone's a project. Tavares is probably a bit too raw for me, man. You know what? Just loan him out. See where he's at next. He's probably just a bit too raw with it, man, really. Not every project has to be one. And obviously, there's only so many puzzles you can work with, really and truly. I mean, Livramento can come to the club, man. But again, unfortunately, big injury, going to cost mad peas, man. Must be able to swindle some. Bro, I can't lie. Football's about swindling. We need to swindle, man, bro. We zanged Liverpool for Oxlade-Chamberlain. Zanged Everton for Iwobi. Slyly swindled New. Big up Joe Willock. I'm doing him dirty, but sly finesse. Slide jugged Odegaard from Real Madrid. Obviously, we've been bandulued ourselves. 52 million for Lacazette. 72 million for Pepe. You know what? Xhaka's been okay, but, you speak to 10 Arsenal fans. 5 are going to say one thing. The next 5 are going to say another. We've been bandulued slightly. I big up Ben White, but let's not cap 50 million. We got zanged. Like, we zanged ourselves. We've got to be honest with you. Nuno has only been here for a year and he's been thrown into the deep end, harsh realities of football. We're in it, arguably your age is irrelevant if we've got a young squad. He's still very young with lots of potential. You've got to realize the potential. Everyone's got potential, bro. Why are fans and the media throwing him in the trash already? I mean, football's harsh. I don't advocate throwing him in the trash, but where Arsenal are correlating, I'm sorry, but you can't rock up with Tavares in the Champions League. Maybe there'll be a game where the madman thing is needed, and that's why I hate myself, because I'm as class as Tavares is. I like him, but yeah, man, Not everyone's gonna prove everybody wrong, and that, and I hope Tavares does. I hope he improves. He's raw. The reality is we signed him. Me and you lot, we've got limited resources now. We're just watching him on TV. These lot know everything about Tavares. Probably watched all his games up until a point. They need to know how they're gonna improve him. We ain't bought no one that's the finished project, but yeah, man, that's a myth. I'm not on it. No way, DG. You can't judge the money paid for Laka just on this season. Where did I say that? Where did I say that? Please listen. Don't listen to Rose Tints. We spent 52 million on Lacazette. You can't tell me that's not mismanaged finances. We didn't get the Lacazette we were getting. 52 million French international contract running down. No one gives a shit. Let's be real. You know, best season where he got 15 goals and so many assists. We're praising him for working hard. If Lacazette was the player we thought we're getting, we're not bringing in a Aubameyang 6 months later. A player in Lacazette that we was chasing for 3 years, and it was well documented. Arsene Wenger was very, you know, it wasn't really on signing him. The 1 minute he took the plunge, he's gone. Let's be honest. Lacazette was bought to be that goal scorer. You can't honestly sit here and say Lacazette has been any better or worse than Giroud. What are you talking about? Come on now, man. We didn't buy him to be a good player. And again, please listen. Where did I say Lacazette has never been a good player for Arsenal? Just didn't get the player we thought was getting. Like Pepe, he's not a bad player. He hasn't actually been terrible. Not the player for whatever reason we thought we was getting. Granit Xhaka, out of the three, has probably been the better player and the most durable, if I'm completely honest with you. Not the player we thought he was getting. What's Lacazette's highlights? Yes, he's walked away. He's got to a Europa League final. He's won an FA Cup. He's won a Community Shield. But the best thing he did is flipping handshakes. I'll always love him for that player of the season from him, but he's never been that. What are we talking about? Are we just talking for the sake of talking? Or are we doing this emotional tea? See what I mean about football fans getting emotional? And this, no one here is a bigger Lacazette fan than me. You can see all the tweets. I was one of them fans. Yo, Arsene Wenger, statistically in the 60th, 70th minute, this is when the most goals are scored in the Prem. Why are you subbing him? We've got to be reality. We've got to address reality. We've got to face facts. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? Lacazette was licking in free kicks and all these things. Your name's Dick, so you're living up to your name, but I wouldn't say rattled. Don't confuse rattled with passion, bro. We're having a discussion. There's no rights, there's no wrongs. Would you be happy to have Bellerin as backup? Nah, G. Just new stuff now, man. New stuff. News things, man. Just bring it new stuff in now, man. If I'm honest with you. Shout out to Tavares, though, but you can't defend. Played 21 times for Benfica or 41 times. What was this at a time? It's either 21 or 41 times for Benfica. But we knew we was getting someone that weren't necessarily all-rounded. In fact, what I'm gonna do, a man typed in, but it's definitely not gonna find it if I type in Benfica. Nuno Tavares. Shout out to him. He's only 22, but boy, you got faith in him at White Hart Lane next game. I'll always protect my players, but 19 appearances in the league, which is quite decent for him, you know. 25 in all total. Yeah, he played 41 times for Benfica. He's played 25 times now. That's a very inexperienced player. So we knew the player was getting in his defense, but come on now. Don't allow yourself to cap. Bugged everything, man. But you put Laka and Pepe in the same sentence. You made a mistake there. What are you talking about? Like, are you 10? Come out the live chat, man. Like, we never got the player we was thinking we're getting with Pepe. We never got the player we thought we was getting with Laka. To a degree, we never got the player we was getting with Xhaka. If that's wrong, and if there's in a sentence, I don't know what you're talking about. Lacazette's not going to shag you. He likes women, respectfully, if that's what you want. What are you on about? You're doing this emotional thing. This ain't the stream for you, man. What are you on about? I'm not 100% sold on Hickney. If we are buying him as a rotation squad player, then okay. But if he is first team, I'm sorry, that's not an upgrade on Tierney. He's going to initially be that, but I've got more faith in him than a lot of people. Honestly, I wanted Laka for 2.5 years before we signed him, but even I admit he had both. We all wanted Lacazette, bro. That season he signed, he was captain of Lyon. I'm sure he scored a free kick in the Europa League and that. He was doing a mazza. Lacazette's been a great man, but come on now. We've signed him and we're talking about working hard. anyone that's played Sunday League, oh yeah, Mickey's a good. 2 examples. Oh, Jimmy's a good player. You know, you couldn't get the phone off him in a telephone box. He put that ball on a sixpence. He's a lovely player. Bobby Dazzler. You know, you speak of, you know, that's Mickey. You speak about Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy puts a shift in. He leaves it all on the ring. That means he's shit. You can't underestimate putting in a shift. You need to put in a shift. But from man are talking about putting in shifts, you're shit. I'm sorry, you're shit. Some of you lot listening, your coach probably says you work hard. It's all love, my guy, man. Guys are chatting the most foolishness, bro. Like, we have just mismanaged, bro. Like, Lacazette dropped off. Bro, Lacazette looks older than Benzema. Come on, bro. Lacazette dropped off worse than Gaza and Michael Owen. Has the game just moved on, or has he just... Well, Lacazette's just declining, man. He's been a good serviceman, but fundamentally, we did not get the player we thought we was getting. Has Lacazette always played with heart, with integrity, with desire, with fight? Has he always left it on the ring? Has he always been on big games? Has he scored in vital goals for us? Yes. But can we answer the simple question, is it value for money in Pepe? No. Has it been value for money in Lacazette? No. Has it been value for money for Xhaka? To a degree, I think no, but I also think yes. But it's just a simple thing with Xhaka. It's a bit different. You speak to 10 Arsenal fans, what is he? He's a bit of an enigma. He's played as a 6. He's played as an advanced 8. There are some good. I think Xhaka is one of them guys that for 10 games, he won't do nothing wrong. Then you know what happens when the mistake happens and how people react. This is what I'm saying. Allow it, bro. Allow it, man. Man are just chatting out there. Arseholes, man. Tavares just doesn't seem to have that football IQ to improve. The best way to describe him is chaos. Yeah, sometimes you can thrive in chaos, man. Emmanuel Dennis for the squad. Why not? I don't think there was big hype around Osei Tutu, but yeah, injuries have shagged him. Hopefully he gets a clean run. Hickey is perfect for us. He's going to be a player in a few years. Nuno needs to go on loan to the Championship so he can get a proper feel for the English game. Trust. And for me, just make mistakes that don't affect us, bro. Ward-Prowse could do a better job than Tillemans. I don't know about that. But I don't think anything's going to stop Cedric taking set pieces, man. He must be lit. Osimhen or Martinez. Change every week. Every day you ask me this, I'll still stick with LUKEBA Martinez. Nah, Osimhen, man, because he seems hungry for goals, man. Out of all the guys we're linked with, he seems the most hungriest to score. Pardon me, Dillu. It's time to go. He has been getting progressively worse as he's got older. But man, we're talking about Lacazette's creativity. Then Laka could play as a 10. Then, you know, all of these other things. Allow it, man. Pepe is a baller. Just hasn't worked out for him at Arsenal. He'll go somewhere and smack it up. Pepe's got ability, but that's it. It hasn't worked for us, bro. Bro, what was that against Leicester? Bro, I love Lacazette, bro. The other days I'll get Emirates week in, week out, man. Lacazette looking at me. Fuck out of here, man. But we can't cap. Why were you timed out? Who's moving mad and timing out people? If they ain't being rude, there's no need to time people out. If hard work is how you describe a player, then you know they don't have much else to them. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. They don't describe me as hardworking because I do shit like this. Like when you got ability, I do work hard, but it's a given. It's a given. It's a given. It's an absolute given, mate. It's an absolute given, fella. Come on. Now I'm playing. Banter aside, it's all entertainment. It's all banter. You know me, I could never miss an opportunity to show my one goal wonder and be, you know, gas myself. You got it every day, bro. Every day. Emotional duns, you know, they haven't seen proper ballers. Trust. Best we got was 19 out of him in 18-19, but he was consistent for 4 years. Just this year, damp return. No one's writing off Tavares, but the reality is you need to learn right now. Not every young player has to learn here. It's a bit like Lokonga. I want Lokonga to stay with more football, but you might have to go on loan because you're blinkered. You're too raw with it. Laka, Leno, Cedric are the only dons over 30. We have to keep one of them. Technically, you know, Xhaka and El Nene within the next season will be that. They're both 29. I don't think that's a cushion to keep people really and truly just because of their age. Experience is relative, if I'm honest with you. And the only one probably more likely to stay is Cedric, depending on what happens, because I think Leno will keep it moving. Lacazette has no choice. Well, right now the deal's running down in it, so it is what it is. Man said, saying he works hard is like a girl if she says she doesn't think you're a type, but you're a nice guy. Oh, I ain't gonna say the rest. Views shared by the chat are not those shared by the content creator. Every day, man, I had to pull it up. You have to gas it. You have to gas it. You have to gas it, bro. I can't. Their keeper's nothing to do with me, innit? I'm paid to score goals. You know, the postman's paid to deliver. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, it does not matter. Like, it doesn't matter. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. If you ain't done that, you can't talk to me. You can't. I need Ballon d'Or. Tavares cost 5 mil, wasn't it 8? Tavares joins Arsenal. Anywho, aye, they're there, man. And sometimes prospects don't work. Belgium is going to win the World Cup. What? The Congo World Cup winner. Arsenal won the World Cup. I'm here on the shameless one. Brazil as well. What? Our 3 Arsenal players. Gabriel Martinelli, Gab Jesus. I'm here for it. Young player hype. If he's dead, he's dead. Wonder if Ainsley Maitland-Niles will return or if he's out in the summer. You think he was done here, but who knows? It's a tricky one because obviously if you fail to bring in fullbacks and certain things happen with midfield, Maitland-Niles might make up the difference as a squad player. He might say, you know, I'm going to run down my deal and keep it moving. If we're honest with ourselves, bro, a couple of these players need to make their agents do their jobs. Pepe, you need to get out of here. You're not playing. Your agent needs to earn their pennies. Leno, if you don't go somewhere else, which I think Leno will be one of the first out the door, you're not going to the World Cup. Bellerin, you want to stay at Betis, your agent needs to make things happen. Ainsley, make things happen. It all depends. Some man might not actually want a cut. Can we talk about how poor Ramsdale's starting to look? Allow it. No Ramsdale slander. He's 30. He's 23. He's going to be capable of doing dumb shit, but it happens. There's a player in Sambi. He just needs to look over his shoulder, bro. A man said, "I've seen that goal so much. I can tell you everyone's position in the opposing team had the DM caught out position. Listen, take that with them, man. Dear man. What can I say, man? It's just little goals here and there. You lot are gassing me. I'm going Power League later. No, I'm actually not. Tomorrow I'm going Power. Is it tomorrow? I'm capping. It's Friday. Friday when I don't pass the ball to any of my teammates in 5-a-side, it's because you lot are gassing me. You're gassing me. 8.5 big money for a star. I don't know what that means, but yeah, man. Imagine Reece Nelson, Ramsdale, Aaron Ramsey, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles have a chance to win a European Cup after leaving Arsenal. As we all could. I mean, 2 are on loan technically. What position you play? I'll play where no one's there. I'll play where the gaffer needs me, innit? Like left back, right back. Last week was centre mid. I don't mind trying up front. I don't mind the 10 and that. Aaron's is making me nervous. I mean, he's prone to doing dumb-ish, man. Decent strike, DG defending on it. You can't defend, but I'm one of them players. You know, I'm like Robin. You know what I'm gonna do. You can't stop me. You can't get it, sack a thing. You can't mark me. You just have to put up with it. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. It's crazy. You can't stop me, man. You can't. Yeah,
it's about to get crazy. It's about to get guy. Look, ball. Me want it. Come. The real centre back of the pair. Look at this long boot thing. This is what we do. Star by team.
You can't stop me. It was always going to happen.
For mashing a little.
You can't defend against me. Don't give me space.
Lenga. Ring talk to the answer machine. Yo, Frisco, pass the machine. Move from me. Move from me. It's an animal thing. It's an
Move from me. Crossbar again. Get off me, man. All right, then. I'm bored as fuck. I'm gassing myself so. That's why I'm so critical of Tavares. I see myself in it. I understand why Tavares does these things. Defending is overrated, bro. Forget all of that. Like, oh man, it's killing me. I don't know. Yo, you're spelling the names incorrectly. I don't know who that is, but yeah, when you find out, let me know, broski. Bit brazy. If we make Champions League, what would you consider a good transfer window in the summer? What signings in what position would you buy if you was Arteta? I don't know for signings, man, but Telemans and Ruben Neves linked today. Go and get that done. Aaron Hickey, go and get that done. 2 centre mids, or at least 1, 2 strikers, or at least 1. I think you need a left back and need a right back. I'm sorry, but I don't think you can go into. I'm not convinced in Cedric. Even in his best games, he's always in the trenches. The same goes for Tavares, isn't it? Like, is what it is, man. The best defense is good offense. Trust. I mean, Tavares has celebration of the season, man. I can't lie. That cannon he did against United was lit. I'll give him that. That was lit. That was lit. But other than that, Bracy. Telemans as well, for sure. If we win Thursday, Friday show is going to be an absolute movie. Trust. Hey, listen, I don't know about any of that. DJ centre mid his goals for the opposition teams. Like, man. Gio, your shit, man. You don't even have a picture up on Twitch. You muppet. It's all love. Yeah. The knee thing was dead, man. I mean, Saka, I don't know what it is with the Emirates because that pitch is watered. I don't know why you lot can't knee slide properly, but it's calm. My guy DG, 3rd place, bro. Remember who said it months ago? Muay Thai, I hope you're right. I hope we do the Muay Thai kick Chelsea out of 3rd. But listen, if you count your chickens for they hatch, the egg might bust in it. I don't know, man. Hey, bro, it feels so good to see a smile on some of the fans' faces. Aye, man. Well, we'll have to see. You'll have to see, man. Continue. Oh, shit, mileage. If that's the legit one, large up yourself, man, from Filthy Fillers. If that's a fraud, then yeah, man, you really shouldn't be impersonating Donnies, man. But yeah, if that's legitly him, my killie. Eddie going World Cup with Ghana. It's about time, bro. It's about time. Like, what are you gonna sit there wait for England? Not gonna lie, Eddie, Hudson-Odoi, Inaki Williams, all these dons are shameless because I know Ghana was calling. The minute, come on, my guy. The minute they called them, they were calling. The minute World Cup, that they answered the phone. It's like when you're messaging a babes that wants nothing to do with you. She sees a lit Instagram post and whatnot. Oh, hey, stranger, shut up, man. You weren't trying to know me then. Don't, because you saw man put up the drippers and the haircut was hit. Is what it is. But on a serious note, I'm on it, man. Eddie needs to, bro. Come on, man. I don't like to use the word worship, but you could be quote unquote adored by the people them in Ghana. Look how, even just from Hudson-Odoi going on holiday, look how they were fucking with him. Why would you want to give up on that? And I honestly feel for some of these players, I think your life is a lot easier if you play for the motherland regions. Like, look at Iwobi. Like, Iwobi's form at times has been atrocious. If you're English and you're playing for England, do you know how many articles there would have been about Iwobi and his form and things? I think it could be a peaceful life sometimes, man. Just like Musiala, just a way of living it, people. Agent Partey must have done the most. And didn't I think Partey put up the other day, the Ghana coach came to check him. So is it naive to assume that Eddie and Nketiah didn't have a conversation? And is there any more? Like, what's his face? I swear Lamptey's Ghanaian as well at Brighton. Go and do this. You lot could be part of a serious golden generation and things and do things, man. Be brazy, man. Yeah, no, it's shameless. It's like if half of these dons want to play for Jamaica or Barbados, of course I'm taking it. I honestly think most of these men will be more respected with their native countries than with England. It's true, but I can't lie. I don't want to talk too tough, but I've spoken to ex-internationals of certain countries, in it, my countries included, and there's a lot of there's corruption anywhere, but there's corruption to consider. There's traveling to consider. Sometimes you're not being called up, or the structure they're pissing about. Look at what Aubameyang's had to go through with Gabon and that sleeping in the airport and all of that. There's all that sort of stuff. sometimes the coach is on fuckeries and everybody's playing, but whatever. I honestly think a lot of these guys, especially the British ones, they're just waiting on one guy to set it. Like when one Don does it, like look at Nigeria. Like one guy did it, now everybody's on it, really and truly. And Nigeria is another one who they might not be touching World Cup, but they could clean up. So there is a lot of variables. And just because somebody's there, it doesn't mean that they're from that country. Look at Troy Deeney. He said he's never been JA. You can already tell what sort of ones there is. He has a mum, dad boss out. It's a mum ting. Mum's white, respectfully. Don't know nothing about JA. Not really in touch with your family. I can't really then tell a man go play for Jamaica because you don't feel anything to it, really and truly. It's an interesting one because, you know, especially for us British-born ones, like, well, if you're African or Caribbean, you're not exactly, as much as it's the motherland and that, you're not exactly one of them, and you're not one of them here. You're just in this, like, purgatory thing. Like, I know if I go Caribbean, English, boy, all of them things there are just getting run around. But yeah, man. Of course I am, bro. I cannot look at all this charisma, these sexy looks, how wavy I am. Well, of course I'm from the best country in the world. Barbados, I love you, but if it comes to it, I don't want to say anything. But I know I have to throw up. Sterling's a sellout. Bit harsh, man. Can't just be calling people sellouts and all these sort of things, man. Exactly. Eddie becoming a full international helps it, bro. Quickly, you know. Quickly. And the thing is, you might be a one and done guy, you know, pump and dump, really. As some of you lot probably are with your girlfriends, you might be a one cat wonder for England. Or you do the Zaha thing where maybe, I'm not saying questioning Zaha's commitment to Ivory Coast, but if your career went the way it was supposed to go, going United and all of these things, you might have never played for Ivory Coast, really and truly. It's a bit like Skepta, innit? 1 minute Skepta's buying designer clothes and that, then he's making things, that's not me, saying I'm going Sports Direct. There's a bit of an identity crisis, which I can't blame people, man. There's corruption everywhere, but I would describe it in, I don't even like the word third world nations, as crabs in a barrel, man. It's crazy. Like in all what walks of this thing, man. It's a... I don't think I've ever... Have I? Nah, man. Nah. I would love to be able to knee slide like Lacazette, but come on, man. Bad man don't get carpet burn. I ain't sliding on my knees. Crazy. Pump and dump settings, man. Yeah, of course. You're probably going to earn more peas playing for England than Ghana, but yeah, man, you do earn peas. A lot of them English players give it to charity and shit. But yeah, man. Sterling lives near my mum. Nobody in the area has a bad word to say about him. These negative perceptions of him are weird. Exactly, but that's life, innit? Like, people don't know you, innit? Like, they don't give you a chance. This is why, as long as you know yourself, as long as you know everybody you meet and everyone in your personal life, there's positive counteractions. What could you say, man? Yeah, deep. I was born in my native. Nah, you're one of them. Then I was born in my native country and lived there for 8 years until I moved to the UK. But I'm still treated as if I was born here. Imagine how people born here must feel. Exactly. It's that sort of thing. Like we might just have to make our own thing, really. No, you get appearance fees, bro. A lot of them just give it up to charity. Like, I know a lot. I don't know about now, but there was a period where England players were just giving it to charity. Trust. But yeah, man, is what it is. How have we got here? How did we get here, folks? I don't know how we got here, but we did, man. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Don't forget, people, 7:30. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. You know, Gerrard's going to hand Liverpool 3 points. But nonetheless, on Twitch, we're going to watch that, people. On that note, though, I can't lie. I haven't had breakfast. It is 1:30, so it's time to go eat lunch / breakfast. Or what do they call it again? Brunch. That I almost saved myself. I really forgot that word. On a serious note, though, man, all the questions, talking points, everything's been elite with you lot. I appreciate you lot, man. Please make sure if you're on YouTube, you're hitting the like button. Twitch gang, you're doing amazing. I love these conversations as well because it's needed, bro. Look at half of these players that are coming through Arsenal's academy. Like, they're all going to have issues there, really and truly. Saka probably was fighting between England and Nigeria. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. You've got Eddie now, you know. Nelson, I'm sure he's from Zimbabwe. There could be a conversation to have once upon a time. It depends, man. But if I look at Sterling, I know you was born in JA, but you're from Northwest. Like, you've seen Wembley. Who wouldn't want to go and play at Wembley and things like that, man? I mean, I understand why people say he's a sellout, but I don't think that's true, man. I don't think it's true. Well, it is what it is. Last question, though. DG, probably been asked enough times, but what do you think of Telemans? Baller, fantastic on the ball, lovely passing range, good dribbler, all these sort of things. Think he's got a bozo gene in him. I think defensively needs to improve. Think he's quite shit defensively. Think a lot of the things we cry about with Xhaka defensively, we're going to cry about them with Telemans. But listen, the way we're at as a football club, the sort of project we're doing, whether they're 25 going to hit their peak or their early 20s, but we're not signing anyone that's the finished article. So as much as we sit here and waffle about what players are good at, specifically for Arteta and that, they need to know what they're bad at. You always hear me say, tell me what a guy's bad at, because how they're going to improve, you know? And it's difficult to find faults. Everyone can tell you how good a player is and whatnot, but no one can tell you other things. If you can't say a weakness, if you don't know your weaknesses, you probably don't even know yourself. Do you think Eddie deserves a new contract on the basis of him starting? Of course, yes. And just because I want to confirm P's, of course. Brother, if we get Champions League, shameless settings. But let's just, like I said, let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Everyone stay blessed, stay safe. Most importantly, stay healthy, stay attacking your goals. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to love and leave you lot. Peace.